Welcome to this episode of the Harpreet Singh Show. I'm your host Harpreet Singh from Surrey, British Columbia, Canada. In today's program, we'll be talking to Marc Burchell, who's the national co-organizer for Canadian Walk for Veterans. What is this walk? Why is it being organized? What are the issues of the veterans and how Marc Burchell and his group is trying to help the veterans? We'll talk all about this. So let's welcome Marc and continue with our discussion. Marc, welcome to the program.
Thank you, Harpreet. Good to be with you today.
Thank you. So I'd like to start off with this Canadian Walk for Veterans. This is the third year that you're organizing this, but this time it's going to be different. It's going to be a virtual walk. So what prompted you to start this walk and what is the idea behind it?
Well, I got involved in 2015 with a veteran organization that was working to assist disabled veterans. And in my time, I started to realize that Canada has a new generation of veterans that serve overseas in peacekeeping in Bosnia and in the longest war that Canada ever fought, the Afghan War. And most people, when they think of veterans, they think of senior citizens that served in the First World War, the Second World War, or the Korean War, and they don't seem to realize that we have a new generation of veterans, and they're in their 20s and 30s and 40s. And, we have a day where we recognize those who have fallen with Remembrance Day, but we don't have a day to recognize those who are still among us. Mm-hmm. And so it occurred to me that we need a day to thank those who serve our country and our communities while they're still here and be able to thank them. And then at the same time to use that opportunity to raise funds to help them, because many of them face a lot of challenges because of their service to Canada. So there's various challenges they face, mental health, PTSD, and so forth. Mm-hmm. So as much as the walk is a recognition of their service, it's also an opportunity for us to raise funds and donate to a variety of different organizations that help veterans and first responders develop the tools they need to deal with mental health issues, PTSD, and other issues.
Right. So this was the reason that this walk got started, and this is the third year. So this year it's going to be different because of the lockdown kind of situation. So what's happening this year? On which dates is this march being organized, and who all can participate?
So if you don't mind, I'll give you a little bit of history about the Canadian Walk for Veterans. We held our first national walk 2 years ago, mm-hmm. And we held it in 7 cities, all the way from Victoria, BC, all the way to St. John's on the East Coast and cities in between. And we did it with a team of volunteer veterans and others who felt passionately about the cause and the message. And then in 2018, we upped our game a little bit and moved to 10 cities, again, right across the country. And then this year we were planning to hold it in 14 cities. And our ultimate goal is to hold it in every city in Canada once a year, in much the scale of the Terry Fox Run or the Run for the Cure. Mm-hmm. But of course, then COVID-19 came along, and we couldn't hold our physical walk. So we thought, well, you know what? We still need to hold our walk, and we still need to have our day of tribute to our veterans and first responders. So we decided to do a virtual walk on the weekend of September 26th and 27th. And we've spread it over the weekend rather than one day, as we've done in the past, to give people the flexibility to do it at a time of their choosing and in a place of their choosing. And the response we've had has been really quite remarkable. We're in, right now we have registered walkers in 78 cities, including as far away as Florida, mm-hmm. and Michigan, and even Melbourne, Australia. So I guess we're an international walk now. And again, it's I guess the silver lining around the COVID-19 cloud is that it's dramatically increased our ability to hold the walk
people.
and walk to
Absolutely.
different cities.
Right. So, Mark, how can people be a part of this march, and which website would they have to register? If you can tell a little bit about that.
So our website is www.canadianwalkforveterans.com. So that's 4 words, canadianwalkforveterans.com. They can go on and register. Registration is $10 or $20, sorry, and kids under 12 or 12 and under are free. And so if you register there, and then you can walk anywhere you choose. I will be walking at Lafarge Lake, which is where we traditionally have held our ceremony and our walk with, and in the past, John McComb has, from the CKNW John McComb Show, was our MC, and Marc Donnelly, Mr. O Canada, who sings for Canucks games. He'd come out every time and sing O Canada, and Danny Boy. So in any case, on Saturday, September 26th, I will be walking at Lafarge Lake, and a lot of folks will be joining me. We'll be socially distancing, of course. And then last year we were invited to hold a walk by the city of White Rock on the promenade in White Rock.
Right.
So we'll also be doing a walk there, and so I will be doing my walk on the 27th, Sunday the 27th, at 10 a.m. on the promenade in White Rock. And the mayor of White Rock invites people from all over the Lower Mainland to come down and walk actually on the promenade or in any of the beautiful parks that are in White Rock.
Wonderful. Mark, it's time for a short break. We'll go for a break. We'll be back and we'll continue with our talk as to how people can be associated with this walk, and also what are the major issues that the veterans are facing, as you mentioned before. So let's go for a short break and we'll be shortly back.
ਕੁਦਰਤ ਦੇ ਸੌਮਿਆਂ ਦੀ ਵਰਤੋਂ ਆਯੁਰਵੇਦਾ ਰਾਹੀਂ 5000 ਸਾਲਾਂ ਤੋਂ ਚਲਦੀ ਆ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ ਤੇ ਹੁਣ ਕੈਨੇਡਾ ਵਿੱਚ ਹੀ ਬਣਾਏ ਗਏ ਹੈਲਥ ਕੈਨੇਡਾ ਵੱਲੋਂ ਅਪਰੂਵਡ 100% ਸ਼ੁੱਧ ਆਯੁਰਵੈਦਿਕ ਡਾਇਟਰੀ ਸਪਲੀਮੈਂਟਸ ਦਾ ਲਾਭ ਲੈ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ। ਸਟ੍ਰੈਸ, ਐਂਗਜ਼ਾਇਟੀ, ਇਨਸੋਮਨੀਆ, ਬਲੱਡ ਸ਼ੂਗਰ, ਕਿਡਨੀ, ਬਲੈਡਰ, ਹਾਜ਼ਮਾ, ਆਈਸਾਈਟ ਜਾਂ ਕਿਸੇ ਵੀ ਕਿਸਮ ਦੀ ਬਿਮਾਰੀ ਦਾ ਆਰਗੈਨਿਕ ਇਲਾਜ, ਜੋੜਾਂ ਦੀਆਂ ਦਰਦਾਂ ਤੇ ਸਰੀਰਕ ਮਸਾਜ ਲਈ ਕਈ ਕਿਸਮ ਦੇ ਆਯੁਰਵੈਦਿਕ ਤੇਲ ਵੀ ਉਪਲਬਧ ਹਨ। ਹੋਲਸੇਲ ਕੀਮਤਾਂ ਲਈ ਕਾਲ 604 628 2003।
ਸ਼ਾਈਨ ਫੈਮਿਲੀ ਡੈਂਟਲ ਕਲੀਨਿਕ ਡਾਕਟਰ ਸਤਪ੍ਰੀਤ ਸਿੰਘ ਦੀ ਦੇਖਰੇਖ ਹੇਠ ਆਧੁਨਿਕ ਮਸ਼ੀਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਵਰਤੋਂ ਨਾਲ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਦੰਦਾਂ ਦੀ ਸਹੀ ਕੇਅਰ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਨ। ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਸੇਵਾਵਾਂ ਵਿੱਚ ਦੰਦਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਸਾਫ਼ ਕਰਨਾ, ਕਰਾਊਨਸ, ਬ੍ਰਿਜਸ, ਡੈਂਟਲ ਇੰਪਲਾਂਟਸ, ਰੂਟ ਕਨਾਲ, ਡੈਂਚਰਸ, ਬੌਂਡਿੰਗ ਅਤੇ ਵਨੀਰਸ, ਐਕਸਟ੍ਰੈਕਸ਼ਨਸ, ਬੋਨ ਕ੍ਰੈਫਟਿੰਗ ਆਦਿ ਸ਼ਾਮਲ ਹਨ। ਬੱਚਿਆਂ ਦੀ ਡੈਂਟਿਸਟਰੀ ਦੇ ਵੀ ਮਾਹਰ ਹਨ। ਇਹ ਇੰਸ਼ੋਰੈਂਸ ਕੰਪਨੀਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਡਾਇਰੈਕਟਲੀ ਬਿੱਲ ਭੇਜਦੇ ਹਨ ਤੇ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਘੱਟ ਤੋਂ ਘੱਟ ਚਾਰਜ ਕਰਨ ਦਾ ਵਾਅਦਾ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਨ। ਫॉर ਸਪੈਸ਼ਲ ਸ਼ਾਈਨ ਐਂਡ ਸਮਾਈਲ 604 503 03 20 ਤੇ ਕਾਲ ਕਰੋ। ਕਿੰਗ ਜਾਰਜ ਸੁਪਰ ਸਟੋਰ ਦੇ ਕੋਲ, ਯੂਨਿਟ 370, 7488 ਕਿੰਗ ਜਾਰਜ ਬੁਲੇਵਾਰਡ, ਸਰੀ।
ਘਰ ਇੱਕ ਐਸੀ ਥਾਂ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹੈ ਜਿੱਥੇ ਹਰ ਕੋਈ ਆਪਣੀ ਨਿੱਜੀ ਜ਼ਿੰਦਗੀ ਦੇ ਸੁਨਹਿਰੀ ਪਲ ਯਾਦ ਰੱਖਦਾ ਹੈ। ਉਹ ਜਗ੍ਹਾ ਜਿੱਥੇ ਉਹ ਰਹਿੰਦਾ ਹੈ ਤੇ ਪਿਆਰ ਭਰਿਆ ਜੀਵਨ ਬਤੀਤ ਕਰਦਾ ਹੈ। ਇਹ ਗੱਲਾਂ ਤਾਂ ਹੀ ਪੂਰੀਆਂ ਹੁੰਦੀਆਂ ਨੇ ਜਦ ਕਿਸੇ ਜਗ੍ਹਾ ਨੂੰ ਸਜੇ ਹੋਏ ਘਰ 'ਚ ਬਦਲਿਆ ਜਾਵੇ। ਨਵੇਂ ਘਰਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਫਰੇਮਿੰਗ ਤੋਂ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਫਿਨਿਸ਼ਿੰਗ ਤੱਕ, ਡ੍ਰੇਪਰੀ, ਪੇਂਟਿੰਗਸ ਤੋਂ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਡੈਕੋਰੇਸ਼ਨ ਅਸੈਸਰੀਜ਼ ਤੱਕ, ਤੁਸੀਂ SK ਹੋਮ ਡਿਜ਼ਾਈਨਸ ਦੀਆਂ ਪ੍ਰੋਫੈਸ਼ਨਲ ਸਰਵਿਸਿਜ਼ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਸੁਪਨਿਆਂ ਦੇ ਘਰ ਨੂੰ ਹਕੀਕਤ 'ਚ ਬਦਲ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ। ਕੰਟੈਕਟ ਕਰੋ ਸੰਦੀਪ ਕੌਰ 6048259295।
Once again, welcome back to the program. In today's program, we are talking to Marc Burchell, who is the national co-organizer of Canadian Walk for Veterans. As he told us before the break as to what kind of walk it's going to be held this year, but also if you want to be physically present, he has given 2 options in White Rock and at Lafarge Park. You can be a part where social distancing will be maintained. The purpose of this walk is to tell the people and that the support of the Canadians is there for the veterans. But many times we don't know what the veterans are going through. So we'll be talking a little bit about this in this section. But before that, I would like to just inform about our supporters for this program. Best Home Kitchen Cabinets is our main sponsor. And they tell us that if you want to get your home beautiful, you should contact them because they deal in custom high-end projects and also multi-unit projects. So if you're wanting to get your house decorated well, You can call them at 604-591-8171, 604-591-8171. Our second supporter is AMC Insurance. If you're looking for home, auto, travel, business, life, or recreational insurance, you can contact them at their 9 offices in Lower Mainland. They're open 7 days a week from 8:30 a.m. onwards till 9 p.m. For more information, call 604-507-6666, 604-507-6666. This program has been brought to you with the support of Ahir Transportation Group. They are in the transportation and storage industry since 1993, and their motto is, your cargo is our responsibility. So if you want to send your products anywhere in Canada, you can depend upon them. The phone number is 604-940-9511 and address is 8970 River Road, Delta. Email is shinda@ahir.com and website is ahir.com. Let's get Marc once again back on air and continue with our discussion. So Marc, before the break, what you mentioned was that this walk, if anybody wants to be physically present, they can be a part of it. But as far as the virtual walk is concerned, so from what time till what time will this walk be organized? And as you have given the website, Canadian Walk for Veterans, that's the website where people can go and register. So what will happen, like this walk, from what time till what time it will be organized?
Well, it's Saturday the 26th and Sunday the 27th. So it's any time somebody would choose to walk, and they can choose to walk in a place, a location of their choice. So we're not determining where they walk. That's why, frankly, we've been able to expand to so many cities across the world now, is that people walk in support wherever it happens to suit them. But everybody who registers for the Canadian Walk for Veterans will receive one of these challenge coins. Oops, let me see. There we go there.
Okay.
So as you can see, that it's a heart in the maple leaf, which is the heart of Canada. And our theme this year is recognizing not just veterans and first responders, but all frontline workers that are working so hard to keep us safe during this this terrible worldwide pandemic. So originally we were supposed to, our theme was supposed to be recognizing the liberation of Holland, because this year is the 75th anniversary of the liberation of Holland by Canadian troops. But with the advent of COVID-19, it became very apparent we've got a lot of very courageous people out there risking their lives and separating from their families and doing a lot of work to keep Canada safe and secure. So we redesigned the coin with the heart, which is symbolic of our heartfelt gratitude to frontline workers in the heart of Canada. And on the back of the coin, it says, to those who rise to the challenge of service before self. So everybody who registers for the walk, you can walk wherever you choose. You'll get one of these beautiful challenge coins in the mail. And what we ask is that people would go onto our Facebook page and share their Canadian Walk for Veterans experience. So either post some pictures or a video, and just let's show all of our frontline workers that we really care about all of the things that they're doing for Canada.
Absolutely. Great. Talking now a little bit about the issues that the veterans face, as you very rightly mentioned, generally it is thought that they're the elders who are the veterans, but right now, because you had worked with a national organization which has been talking about the issues of the veterans, basically what are the major things that the veterans are being faced, the challenges that the veterans are facing today, and what is being done to address those?
Well, there's a number of things that veterans face, you know, there are a multitude of organizations out there in Canada doing great work to address some of these things. So mefloquine poisoning is a major issue, and that is a result of a drug called mefloquine that was given to soldiers to battle malaria, and it turned out to cause very similar symptoms to Ptsd, and so for a long time they didn't recognize it as an issue, but there's been a lot of suicides as a result of mefloquine poisoning. And suicides is another thing. There has been a lot of epidemic level of suicides among the veteran world. And a lot of that is caused by mental health issues, PTSD, because of the things that they see, the horrors that they see when they're in battle overseas, and see the way other parts of the world mistreat their humanity. So really, I guess the big issue, there's other things, transitioning back into civilian life. They're trained to be soldiers, and when they leave the military, we don't retrain them how to re-enter and survive and do well in civilian life.
Right.
But the big thing is PTSD, and they see horrible things and they affect them because they're human just like the rest of us. Mm-hmm. And it's the same with first responders. They see the kind of the horrors, the things that we in life don't want to see, and it would affect us every bit as much as it affects them if we had to be exposed to it. Mm-hmm. So that's where, again, the Canadian Walk for Veterans comes in. While the event is an awareness event, it's also an opportunity to raise money. And so we do raise money through the proceeds, and the net proceeds go to a variety of different organizations, and we alternate it every year. This year, it will be going to an organization called Courageous Companions, mm-hmm. and they provide service dogs to veterans and first responders who are suffering from PTSD. And service dogs are really a miracle mm-hmm. in providing help to our soldiers and
Right. Marc, it seems your internet connection has got disconnected. Anyways, it was time for a short break. We'll go for a break and we'll get you back on air. Please keep on watching the Harpreet Singh Show. We'll be shortly back.
ਕੀ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸਰੀ, ਡੈਲਟਾ, ਰਿਚਮੰਡ, ਐਬਸਫੋਰਡ ਜਾਂ ਵੈਂਕੂਵਰ ਵਿੱਚ ਨਵਾਂ ਘਰ ਬਣਾਉਣ ਬਾਰੇ ਸੋਚ ਰਹੇ ਹੋ ਜਾਂ ਫਿਰ ਪੁਰਾਣੇ ਘਰ ਨੂੰ ਰੈਨੋਵੇਟ ਕਰਨਾ ਚਾਹੁੰਦੇ ਹੋ? ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਲੋੜ ਹੈ ਇੱਕ ਤਜਰਬੇਕਾਰ ਬਿਲਡਰ, ਇੱਕ ਕ੍ਰੀਏਟਿਵ ਇੰਟੀਰੀਅਰ ਡਿਜ਼ਾਈਨਰ ਦੀ, ਜੋ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਸਹੀ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਗਾਈਡ ਕਰ ਸਕਣ ਤੇ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਸੁਪਨੇ ਦੇ ਘਰ ਨੂੰ ਉਸਾਰ ਸਕਣ। ਅੱਜ ਹੀ ਕਾਲ ਕਰੋ ਹਰਪ੍ਰੀਤ ਜਾਂ ਸੰਦੀਪ 6048259295 ਉੱਤੇ। ਭਾਰਤ ਪੈਸੇ ਭੇਜਣੇ ਹੋਣ ਜਾਂ ਫਿਰ ਮੰਗਵਾਉਣੇ ਹੋਣ ਤੇ ਯਾਦ ਰੱਖੋ ਪੰਜਾਬ ਫੋਰੈਕਸ ਨੂੰ ਤਸੱਲੀ ਬਖਸ਼ ਸੇਵਾਵਾਂ ਅਤੇ ਵਧੀਆ ਰੇਟ ਦੇਣ ਦੀ ਇਹ ਗਾਰੰਟੀ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਨ। ਅੱਜ ਹੀ ਕਾਲ ਕਰੋ 6043491313 ਉੱਤੇ।
ਲੈਣਾ ਚਾਹੁੰਦੇ ਹੋ ਨਵੇਂ ਤੇ ਵਧੀਆ ਅਪਲਾਈਐਂਸਸ ਜਿਵੇਂ ਕਿ ਸਟੋਵ, ਓਵਨ, ਫ੍ਰਿਜ, ਵਾਸ਼ਰ ਡਰਾਇਰ, ਮਾਈਕ੍ਰੋਵੇਵ, ਫ੍ਰੀਜ਼ਰਸ ਜਾਂ ਡਿਸ਼ਵਾਸ਼ਰ, ਤਾਂ ਫਿਰ ਪਹੁੰਚੋ ਪ੍ਰੀਮੀਅਮ ਅਪਲਾਈਐਂਸਸ ਤੇ। ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦੀਆਂ 3 ਬ੍ਰਾਂਚਸ ਸਰੀ, ਐਬਸਫੋਰਡ ਤੇ ਚਿਲਵੈਕ ਵਿੱਚ ਹਨ। ਇੱਥੇ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਵਾਜਬ ਕੀਮਤਾਂ ਤੇ ਅਪਲਾਈਐਂਸਸ ਮਿਲਣਗੇ। ਇਹ ਡਿਲੀਵਰੀ ਤੇ ਇੰਸਟਾਲੇਸ਼ਨ ਵੀ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਨ। ਸਪੈਸ਼ਲ ਪੈਕੇजेस ਫॉर ਬਿਲਡਰਸ ਐਂਡ ਹੋਮ ਓਨਰਸ। ਕਾਲ 6045904140 6045904140। ਵੈਨਕਾਸਾ ਟਾਈਲ ਅਤੇ ਸਟੋਨ ਸ਼ੋਰੂਮ ਇੱਕ ਐਸੀ ਥਾਂ ਹੈ ਜਿੱਥੇ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਹੋਲਸੇਲ ਕੀਮਤਾਂ ਤੇ ਹਰ ਕਿਸਮ ਦੀਆਂ ਟਾਈਲਸ, ਸਟੋਨ, ਮਾਰਬਲ, ਬੈਕਸਪਲੈਸ਼, ਮੋਜ਼ੇਕ ਆਦਿ ਵਾਜਬ ਕੀਮਤਾਂ ਤੇ ਮਿਲ ਸਕਦਾ ਹੈ। ਇਟਾਲੀਅਨ, ਸਪੈਨਿਸ਼, ਚਾਈਨੀਜ਼ ਪੋਰਸਲਨ ਜਾਂ ਸਿਰੈਮਿਕ ਟਾਈਲਸ ਜਾਂ ਮਾਰਬਲ ਸਪੈਸ਼ਲ ਆਰਡਰ ਤੇ ਜਾਂ ਕਲੀਅਰੈਂਸ ਤੇ ਲੈ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ। ਮਾਲਕ ਡਾਇਰੈਕਟ ਟਾਈਲਸ ਇੰਪੋਰਟ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਨ, ਜਿਸ ਕਰਕੇ ਵਧੀਆ ਕੁਆਲਿਟੀ ਦਾ ਸਮਾਨ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਆਪਣੇ ਘਰ ਦਾ ਸ਼ਿੰਗਾਰ ਬਣਾ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ। ਅੱਜ ਹੀ ਵਿਜ਼ਿਟ ਕਰੋ 13042884 ਐਵਨਿਊ ਸਰੀ। ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਹਿੰਦੀ ਵਿੱਚ ਗੱਲ ਕਰਨ ਲਈ ਕਾਲ ਕਰੋ 6043307363 6043307363। ਦਰਦ ਤੋਂ ਆਰਾਮ ਐਲੋਪੈਥਿਕ ਦਵਾਈਆਂ ਖਾਣ ਨਾਲ ਆ ਤਾਂ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਹੈ, ਪਰ ਇਸ ਦੇ ਸਾਈਡ ਇਫੈਕਟਸ ਵੀ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਹਨ। ਨੈਚੁਰਲ ਤਰੀਕੇ ਦੇ ਸਪਲੀਮੈਂਟਸ ਨਾਲ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਦਰਦ ਨੂੰ ਜੜੋਂ ਖਤਮ ਕਰਨ ਵਿੱਚ ਮਾਰਕਸ ਫਾਰਮੇਸੀ ਦੇ ਹਿੰਦੀ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਬੋਲਣ ਵਾਲੇ ਸਟਾਫ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਮਦਦ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਹਨ। ਇਹ ਆਪਣੇ ਪ੍ਰੋਡਕਟਸ ਕੈਨੇਡਾ ਦੇ ਹਰ ਹਿੱਸੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਵੀ ਭੇਜਦੇ ਹਨ। ਅਪਾਇੰਟਮੈਂਟ ਬੁੱਕ ਕਰਨ ਲਈ ਅੱਜ ਹੀ ਕਾਲ ਕਰੋ 6045961774 ਜਾਂ ਫਿਰ ਵਿਜ਼ਿਟ ਕਰੋ 8035 120 ਸਟਰੀਟ ਡੈਲਟਾ। ਦਰਦ ਨੂੰ ਜੜੋਂ ਖਤਮ ਕਰੋ।
Karen thought she won a gift card, but we had a much bigger surprise for her. We rise by lifting others. Basant Motors.
Once again, welcome back to the program. Walking virtually shoulder to shoulder on September 26th and 27th, you can be a part of this Canadian Walk for Veterans And for this, you just need to register, because the money which will be raised from this will be used to help the veterans, and especially as before the break, Marc was telling us that the veterans require some kind of assistance, and that is the reason that this walk is being organized. So registration is just $20, and family of 4 can register for $60, and cadets $10, and kids 12 and under are free. So our focus is that we all need to support our veterans, and this year Courageous Companions, who are providers of top quality service dogs, they will be supported by this Walk of Fame. I think Marc is back on air, so let's get him back and talk to him. Well, internet, whatever we may say, there is no substitute for physically being present anywhere. But still, because of this internet, we are, as you said before the break, that you're connecting all over the world. So Marc, you were telling us that this year the quality dogs will be provided to, the services will be provided to the veterans. But now the question is that you have been raising these issues with the governments also. What kind of response are you getting? Is the government understanding the comprehension of this deep support which is required for the veterans, or is it still more of lip service?
Well, it's a combination of things. The government is making progress, but unfortunately progress is slow, and when you're dealing with government, the needs of veterans, particularly when it comes to mental health issues, they're immediate, and they're an emergency. Somebody who is suffering from PTSD and depression and all the things that come with PTSD, they can't wait for forms to be processed and bureaucracy to run its course. So the major challenge that they face right now is the amount of time that it takes to process their claims through Veteran Affairs. And as I say, I think Veteran Affairs is working on that, but unfortunately for those who need help, it just doesn't come fast enough. In my past, we were fighting. We actually had a lawsuit, class action lawsuit, for because the veterans are under compensated for their injuries. So, for example, if you were injured on the job and had to go on workers' compensation, you'd actually get more than somebody who suffered an injury in Afghanistan. If you slipped on a banana peel in Safeway and got injured, you'd get a higher compensation than a veteran who gets his legs blown off. So these are some of the challenges they face. As I say, I think that I think government sincerely is trying to improve those things, but unfortunately government moves too slowly. Right. But I want to stress, Harpreet, though, the Canadian Walk for Veterans is not a protest. Right. It's not that at all. So there are these issues. There's things that need to be addressed and improved. But really, the Canadian Walk for Veterans is a celebration of their contribution, and a day when we recognize them and just say thank you for all that you do for us. Great.
So absolutely, you rightly said, it's not a protest, it's to celebrate the achievements, the contributions of our veterans to the society, and especially this year you have also brought in the first responders and the persons who have been at the forefront facing the pandemic. Towards the end, Marc, as there are various organizations which are trying to highlight the challenges which are faced by the veterans, but what can the public at large do? How can they also be a part of this movement where they can also raise their voice for the challenges which are faced by the veterans?
Well, the big thing really for us, from our point of view, is to come out to the Walk for Veterans and show your support through your social media. Really, it needs to take place all year round. I guess the police are getting some bad publicity these days because of a few that are doing some not so good things. but really the police are there to protect us, and they do a magnificent job. So what the public can do is every day you can be grateful to police, to firefighters, to people we don't think about all the time, corrections officers, hospital workers, doctors, nurses. Just let them know when you see them how grateful you are for what they do for us in Canada. And once a year at the very minimum, come out to the Canadian Walk for Veterans. This year, walk wherever it suits you, and post your experience on social media so that at least once a year we come together as a country and say thank you for your service.
Absolutely. So CanadianWalkForVeterans.com, people can register over there, but if somebody wants to contact you through email or through phone, would you like to share your email and phone with the people?
You know what? I don't know. I don't know the offhand. The email address for our walk, but it is on the website. So go to our website, and it says contact us, and you can contact us through the website. I believe it's Canadian Walk for Veterans with a 4. So instead of the word 4, it's Canadian Walk, the letter 4, veterans.ca. So, but in any case, you can contact us through our website, and you can do your registration there. And also, Harpreet, you can go on, because we've had a lot of national media coverage since we began. So we're covered by all of the major TV stations, all of the major radio stations, and print. So if you go on, you can go back into the archive section on our website and see what the Walk for Veterans has done in the past.
Wonderful. Marc, it was a pleasure talking to you. Thank you very much for your time, and we hope, as in the previous years, a lot of people have been a part of this movement. They will come this year also and make this walk a success. Thank you very much, and best wishes.
Well, thank you, Harpreet, for having me on the show, and thank you for getting the word out to your listeners.
Welcome. Thank you. So ਅੱਜ ਅਸੀਂ ਗੱਲਬਾਤ ਕੀਤੀ ਮਾਰਕ ਬਰਸ਼ਲ ਨਾਲ, ਤੇ ਮਾਰਕ ਬਰਸ਼ਲ ਨੇ ਜੋ ਦੱਸਿਆ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਕੈਨੇਡੀਅਨ ਵਾਕ ਫॉर ਵੈਟਰਨਸ ਜੋ ਆਰਗੇਨਾਈਜ਼ ਕੀਤੀ ਜਾ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ, ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਵੈਬਸਾਈਟ ਜੋ ਹੈ ਇੱਥੇ ਜ਼ਰੂਰ ਜਾਓ, CanadianWalkForVeterans.com, ਅਤੇ 26 ਅਤੇ 27 ਸਤੰਬਰ ਨੂੰ ਜੋ ਇਹ ਵਾਕ ਹੋ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ, ਵਰਚੁਅਲ ਵਾਕ, ਇਸ ਦਾ ਹਿੱਸਾ ਬਣੋ। ਆਓ ਅਸੀਂ ਵੀ ਰਲ ਮਿਲ ਕੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਵੈਟਰਨਸ ਜੋ ਹੈਗੇ ਨੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਸਪੋਰਟ ਕਰੀਏ, ਤੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਸ਼ੋਅ ਕਰੀਏ ਕਿ ਅਸੀਂ ਵੀ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਖਲੋਤੇ ਹੋਏ ਹਾਂ। That when the country needed them, they supported us, and now we are with them, and join this walk and make this a success, so that we can also be a part of this great movement which has been initiated by Canadian Walk for Veterans. Once again, thank you very much for sparing your time and being a part of this movement. And every evening, Monday to Friday, 7 p.m. onwards, all over the world, you are a part of this program. So if you also want to join this program, or if you have any topic about which you want me to talk, you can contact me at 604-603-7555 or email me at harpreetsingh@gmail.com. ਇੱਥੇ ਹੀ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਦੀ ਸਮਾਪਤੀ, ਫਿਰ ਮੁਲਾਕਾਤ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ। Have a safe evening and enjoy yourself. Thank you.
ਜੇ ਕਿਸੇ ਬਿਜ਼ਨਸਮੈਨ ਨੂੰ ਕੋਈ ਪਿਆਰ ਕਰਦਾ ਹੈ ਤਾਂ ਕੀ ਵਜ੍ਹਾ ਹੋ ਸਕਦੀ ਹੈ? ਸੁਖੀ ਬਾਟ ਮੋਟਰਸ ਦੇ ਓਨਰ ਸੁਖੀ ਬਾਟ ਨੂੰ ਵੇਖ ਕੇ ਇਹ ਗੱਲ ਸਮਝ ਆ ਜਾਂਦੀ ਹੈ। ਇੰਟੈਲੀਜੈਂਸ ਦਾ ਉਦਾਹਰਨ ਇਹ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਕਾਰ ਸੈਗਮੈਂਟ ਤੋਂ ਵੱਖ ਸੁਖੀ ਬਾਟ ਮੋਟਰਸ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਆਏ ਨੇ ਸਰੀ ਦਾ ਪਹਿਲਾ ਟਰੱਕ ਸੈਂਟਰ, ਜਿੱਥੇ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਲੋੜ ਦੇ ਹਿਸਾਬ ਨਾਲ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਲੋੜੀਂਦੇ ਟਰੱਕਸ ਬਾਰੇ ਗਾਈਡੈਂਸ ਦਿੱਤੀ ਜਾਂਦੀ ਹੈ। ਸਪੇਸ ਮੋਡੀਫਿਕੇਸ਼ਨ ਤੇ ਫਿਊਲ ਐਫੀਸ਼ੀਐਂਸੀ ਸਭ ਨੂੰ ਧਿਆਨ ਵਿੱਚ ਰੱਖਿਆ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਹੈ। ਸੁਖੀ ਬਾਟ ਟਰੱਕ ਸੈਂਟਰ, ਇਹਨਾਂ ਟਰੱਕਾਂ ਨਾਲ ਹੀ ਹੈ ਟੌਰ।